And tell Lottie Dottie and everybody that HeSpoke Fashion is on live, all right? Many of you may be aware, HeSpoke Fashion seeks to foster meaningful discussions surrounding fashion, relationships, and faith, recognizing their significant influence on our daily lives and their potential interconnections. So I want to share a story that someone shared with me that I initially avoided due to its sensitive nature. However, after gaining further insights on the topic, I feel compelled to engage in this conversation with all of you. And many of you may not be aware of the emerging trends surrounding the swirl and the black wife effect videos. Now, the black wife effect specifically highlights a trend in which black women and their white partners showcase, get this, the transformation of the white partner's appearance before and after the entry of the black woman into their lives. Now, some argue that the black wife effect trend was not meant to shame or belittle black men, nor did it suggest that white men or men from other backgrounds are superior. But in my humble opinion, instead, this project is to show forth this style and fashion unto the unsuspecting white man, seemingly attempting to replicate the essence of the black man while placing it within a white man's reach. But I digress. Now, it is important to recognize that alongside the trends promoting interracial relationship, numerous shows on streaming platforms like, you got it, Netflix, have also contributed to the popularization of this phenomenon. Now, one notable example is the series Love is Blind. Now, this series exemplifies a progressive narrative that, guys, resonates with many within the black community, especially modern black women. It echoes familiar themes that have been prevalent in discussions around interracial dynamics. Now, the premise of the series revolves around singles seeking to find a romantic match and develop a meaningful connection without any face-to-face interaction, which is interesting. But this format emphasizes the idea that emotional bonds can transcend physical attraction. Now, in a society increasingly preoccupied with vanity, where, superficial qualities such as beauty, style, and fashion often take precedent, this approach invites a reevaluation of more substantive traits such as, I would say, dependability, character, and even loyalty. Now, while this series has evolved into a fan favorite on Netflix, now in its 8th season, the inaugural season achieved significant success, laying the groundwork for the subsequent seasons. So get this, in season 1, there was 2 individuals that became a couple named Lauren Speed and Cameron Hamilton. They experienced a serendipitous meeting on that show, culminating, get this, in their marriage, wow, in 2018, that's right. Now, Lauren Speed, who's a 32-year-old content creator from Detroit, Michigan, wed 28-year-old data scientist Cameron Hamilton from Lee, Maine. Good gracious, I don't think they ever would have met if it had not have been for the show and the show airing in Atlanta, Georgia. Nevertheless, their whirlwind romance surpassed expectations, capturing the hopes of millions who believed in their love story. Now, while many continued to support this couple, guys, there was a post, I'm afraid to say, that circulated a few weeks ago, attributing certain content to Lauren that may alter our perception of her and potentially diminish the fandom that she and Cameron have enjoyed since the season aired. Now, guys, get this. The post reads, quote, she said, Caucasian men value relationship and marriage more than black men. Let's talk, end quote. Now, guys, whether this post is legitimate or even is intended to provoke discussion, that's inconsequential. The reason for this is that the claim has been reiterated and accepted by many for decades. However, it is increasingly more evident that modern Black women are asserting their belief regarding the validity of this statement. Now, this reminds me of a clip that I viewed not too long ago that showcased this woman. Let's watch.
I think a white man will treat me better than a Black man. 100%, because of the kind of woman that I am. Nice. No, because let me land. Because of the kind of woman that I am, like my personality, like how I like to receive love. Mm-hmm. I'm extra. Okay. So I like all that. I'm just like, you know, I'm very extra. I want the extraness, like, and I just feel like, I'm not saying Black men can't be romantic, but I just kind of feel like the kind of love that I want to receive. I don't think a Black man can truly love me the way I want to be loved. I do believe a white man will put a Black woman on a higher pedestal compared to a Black man. Period.
Guys, you heard what this lovely young woman had to say. She asserted that her expressions of love and the manner in which she receives love are aspects that a Black man cannot comprehend. Do y'all believe that? Moreover, she believes that a Black man is inherently incapable of elevating a Black woman to a position of esteem. Now, is this perspective accurate? I'm talking to my brothers out there. Are you truly unable to express love in a way that makes women feel valued and cherished? Now, additionally, Black women, is this generally what you seek? Do you desire to be placed upon a pedestal? Now, if so, what are you prepared to offer? And what actions are you willing to take to attain such recognition? Now, this raises a critical question for contemplation. The question is it indeed better to give than to receive? Or has this biblical principle diminished in significance among this generation of modern women? Now, this commenter appears to believe there is some truth to what the young woman said, as she stated, "I do understand what she's talking about. I also like extra." Maybe the way she said it, that's why many of you are upset. She's telling the truth. Wow. Now, another commenter believes that her past may have shaped her present opinion about Black men when she said, "Could it be the men that you have chosen? A man is a man. Black, brown, white, yellow, color means nothing. It's who you pick, ma." Wow. Now, this commenter sounds off for Black men when he shared, "I swear, bro, as a Black man who is raising a Black boy, it hurts to see so many women say this. I tried to find Black men on YouTube that say stuff like this, and I can't. And that's good. You won't be able to find Black men. Well, you might be, but not too often, that say stuff like this." Now, I cannot definitively ascertain the accuracy of the latter part of this commentator's statement. However, the underlying sentiment remains clear. When individuals of one gender oppose those of the same race and ethnicity, the consequences can be significant. Ultimately, such division does not serve to benefit either gender. Now, although this couple presents the appearance of a successful relationship, it is worth noting that even Cameron was a participant in the Black wife effect. Let's watch. Now, guys, this observation raises questions about whether their relationship is merely superficial for TV, or if there is validity, get this, to the notion that Lauren, like many other Black women, genuinely seeks the attributes of a Black man, while simultaneously being open to, get this, rebuilding a white man in order that he may demonstrate the same attributes. Now, numerous exaggerated claims have emerged from individuals involved in interracial relationships, often suggesting that these partnerships are inherently superior, and the partner of a different race is vastly better than their own. However, recent statistics reveal a more nuanced reality involving interracial marriages, and that they tend to have a slightly higher divorce rate. That's right, divorce rate compared to same-race marriages, though these vary considerably depending on specific racial and ethnic combinations. Now, studies indicate that approximately 41% of interracial marriages end in separation or divorce within 10 years, in contrast to about 31% for same-race couples.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man? Bro, I'm out, man.
I'm with you, Russell Westbrook. Listen, notably, black and white interracial marriages exhibit higher divorce rates, with an estimated 18% ending in divorce, again within the same 10-year period. Conversely, however, marriages between Hispanic and non-Hispanic individuals show lower divorce rates, approximately 7%. Now, research indicates that interracial marriages, such as those between black and white individuals, again tend to have a 10-year duration. This statistic highlights the multifaceted factors influencing those relationships, including cultural differences, economic pressures, societal discrimination, and varying levels of family support. Now, such elements can significantly increase stress for interracial couples, ultimately affecting their marital stability. Now, in 5 years, because they've been married for 5, we will return to check on this beautiful couple. Now, I hope wholeheartedly support them as I do any marital relationship. I firmly believe in the principle of loving whomever you choose, provided it is legal. My mantra is simply, if you like it, I love it. However, I find it concerning, guys, when individuals in interracial relationships feel compelled to denigrate their own race to validate their love for their partner. What prompts some to demean their own heritage in such contexts? Now, I believe that the dynamics of our current societal context significantly influence the relationships between black men and women. My humble opinion, society has fostered an environment that encourages division amongst us. Consider this: how often do we see white women on social media disparaging their partners or expressing negative sentiments about them? There seems to be a stark contrast when it comes to the expectations placed on black men, which can often be unrealistic and burdensome. Now, white women do not typically, and I say typically, vocalize their independence in a manner that suggests they do not need a man. We know that modern black women always say, I don't need a man. But conversely, white men are not raised to confront daily struggles for survival in the same way that black men are. The challenges faced by black men, often stemming from their own communities, are not experienced by men of other races, who generally receive automatic respect and deference. Now, this disparity leads to a need for black men to fight for their place within relationships. Be a man, fostering a sense of conflict amongst us. We have been conditioned to defer to outside influences and to be at odds with one another, a pattern that is increasingly reinforced in our relationships. In contrast, many individuals from other backgrounds are taught to cultivate partnerships that project a carefully curated image. It is true that just because a black woman is seen alongside a black man does not necessarily mean that their relationship is genuine. You do know that appearances can be deceiving, as he may be involved with women of other races in private. Now, the assertions attributed to Lauren, which suggests division, only serve to perpetuate this cycle of conflict. It is essential to recognize that no one can speak for all men or all women, and I do not intend to do so. But there is immense strength and beauty in Black women and men, which in my opinion is why societal narratives often aim to pit us against one another, rather than encouraging us to build empires together. We must strive to overcome these divisions and foster unity in our daily lives, because you know what? Historically, Black Americans have held the highest percentage of marriages among racial groups. However, the socioeconomic challenges that have affected our community have shifted the focus in our community towards survival. Now, white men, on the other hand, have often had the privilege of concentrating on marriage and relationships, as they have generally been afforded safer environments that support education and well-paying jobs. In contrast, Black men have faced systemic barriers that hinder their pursuit of stable employment, of education, and hinder civil rights, all while grappling with the effects of trauma and the threat of incarceration, whether justified or not. Consequently, many white men have been socialized to embrace the role of husband, as it is an expectation in their communities. Unfortunately, Black men have not enjoyed the same advantages. However, I'm so happy to announce that even after this election, there is a positive shift occurring, as many Black men are now leading strong families, engaging in effective co-parenting, avoiding incarceration, pursuing education, and working diligently to build legacies. You know what? I am proud of Black men. Yes, I am. I'm proud of them. And rather than comparing them to others, I believe we should focus on supporting and encouraging their progress. Now, many of you may hold differing opinions, but it's crucial to challenge the assertion that white men value relationships and marriage more than Black men. Now, every racial group contains individuals with both positive and negative traits, both good and bad, both good and evil. The search for a meaningful partnership should transcend racial boundaries. As Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. eloquently stated, our judgments should be based not on the color of one's skin, but on the content of their character. Now, it is important to recognize, that all individuals, regardless of race or gender, possess both positive and negative traits. Attempting to avoid relationship challenges by changing partners based on race or other factors is not a viable solution. You know what? Studs cheat too. That's right, I said it. There are undoubtedly commendable Black men, and those who generalize that all Black men are lacking may be influenced by a few negative experiences. Now, this could stem from either poor choices made by individuals or the reality that many admirable men may not be pursuing them. They're not checking for you, boo. Now, while there are certainly areas in which Black men can improve, I firmly believe that many are actively working towards personal growth and development. At least I am. And many individuals have found as inspiration in the Love is Blind series, as well as the Black Wife Effect trend, both of which foster a sense of hope for those interested in dating outside their race. However, it is important to keep in mind the lessons learned in Kayla Nicole's experiences. Just because you can change someone doesn't mean that they can't be changed back. Guys, listen, we have come to the end of the show, and I appreciate you for continuing to rock with HeSpoke Fashion. I really enjoyed you all, and I hope that you have enjoyed this show as well. Now, guys, if you like this content, please do me a favor, hit the like button and share this with someone else. That's all I have for you tonight. I want you to have a good night, good fashion, and remember, HeSpoke Fashion to you. See you next time. Hope you'll return to join us. HeSpoke Fashion.